Hey guys, I'm coming at you from the Prague subway system. So if it's a little loud in the background, I apologize. But yeah, they have Randbats for every gen. It's fun whenever you do Gen 1 and some guy has Mewtwo and the other guy has, Caterpie, Weedle, Beedrill, and you're left scrambling to see what you can possibly do. And Gen 3 is actually a really good example of it because I remember playing Gen 3 Randbats, and most of the time it's pretty balanced. And then there's some games where some guy gets a Kyogre in the lead slot, and you're responsible from the very beginning. So I'm really interested to see how this turns out. Mm. Ooh, I'm a big fan of best of three. Yeah. Yeah, Vile's a good player. Yeah, nice. Dude, there are some teams in advanced OU where the strategy, not the whole strategy because there's only so many users, but you literally see like the Milotic Celebi combo because like they're great walls, yeah, but there's also a combined 64 recovers between them. It's ridiculous. Sometimes you even throw Starmie in there and you have 96 recovers. It's ridiculous, and two natural cures among them. So you are very good into status and direct hits. Then you just have to, deal with Skarmory. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, maybe just adjust the dimensions a little, but I can see. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You're never gonna get like it's like they have like, the Pokemon are random, but the sets themselves are like because I've played enough Randbats, so I'm pretty sure that like Kyogre will usually have Surf, Ice Beam, Thunder, T Wave, or whatever it is. So it's not just like random stuff from their move pool. So like the idea is to randomize the Pokemon you get, but to also give them like usable move sets because there's already enough variance going on without throwing in tackle into move sets. So like as you see here, the Ninetales has Flamethrower for stab. Of course, you could expect them to have stab moves or whatever. Like if there's a Skarmory, it'll probably have spikes, things like that. You can expect stab moves. If they're more support oriented, like look, this Glalie has spikes. This Glalie is basically a Skarmory, and Mantine shows Surf alongside Toxic because that's what its stat spread is suggestive of. A very bulky wall. So whenever you get hazards in Randbats, it's always, and I apologize for the subway in the background. Whenever you get hazards in Randbats, it is always a big advantage because the likelihood of someone else having spikes or sorry, spin, yeah, is very unlikely. So it's a huge advantage. Or, their own hazards to match it.
For sure. Oh, also, apparently I was muted this whole time. I apologize for that. But welcome, everybody. Gen 3 Randbats. We have BKC here, our most decorated player ever and writer. And we're getting right into the action. As he said, that the spikes are very much an advantage here. Or at least this gen doesn't have to deal with sticky web, though. I really I don't like it when I like it when I get sticky web in Gen 9 Randbats, but not when my opponent does.
The spikes here are balanced out by the fact that the spikes team also has Delibird. So,
True.
there's a little bit of a give and take.
Oh, we got. We,
Oh, never. I take it back. It's we see choice band hustle aerial ace delibird.
I didn't even know Delibird got
Okay.
hustle. I didn't.
It's I think it's hustle and insomnia. I think. It's,
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of Randbats is that all these Pokemon that we never pay attention to suddenly get attention. They're all balanced out by level.
yeah.
Oh,
What's really fascinating about Randbats is it's a really good way of training your game sense because you can say, oh, the matchup was bad or whatever. But what's really fascinating to me is when you're in a Randbat scenario where you just have no choice but to try and make it work with what you have, and then you start seeing paths to wins open up in ways you'd never have expected
mhm.
with more conventional teams. So suddenly you're like, hey, you know what? This Delibird is actually, kind of friendly. And I mean, look at this. This team is actually kind of busted. It's got spikes and two powerful physical attackers. You got this
Yeah,
Twisted Delibird paired up with Zangoose. My
Zangoose.
God.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's, and then this is a good UU team. Like, this Delibird, these are
Oh, we see a Breloom though. Breloom's good.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, it's gonna have Spore, so unless there's Lum or Insomnia or something on the other hand. Well, okay, it's not Insomnia Jelly Bird because it's Hustle.
yeah,
But yeah, if the Spore Focus Punch is good because anything that just gets something close to an Poketail like Spore is gonna be huge. Especially because this is a random format with I guess none of them have team preview, right? Like even the new gens.
yeah,
But in any gen when there's no team preview, anything that like shuts something down, regardless of what you're facing, is really really huge. So, oh, that Ninetales is lucky that the Breland did that mock punch.
yeah. Yeah, we apologize for BKC's audio. He's in. He's a very busy man. He's in the subway. Of
I'm not too far from home, but yeah, um, yeah. So the saving grace here is definitely the fact that Mantine has Toxic and Protect, and is just kind of well. It looks like it's scouting out that choice band Zangoose, so Clef is able to switch into it safely. That's really huge. Surf, Protect, Toxic, and Randbats is a crazy set of weapons to have, and
yeah,
it doesn't look like. Yeah, I mean it's Toxic, and oh yeah, Sloging's gonna sit on it, so that's okay. Unless
yeah.
this has there's no way it has a rest blast. I refuse to believe they programmed in Surf Protect Toxic Rest Mantine.
Surf
That would
protect
be
toxic.
nuts.
No, there's a
I mean, at least the Slow
rest is
King.
not an option apparently, according to this widget I have.
Yeah. Well, the Slow King could have rest, I guess, but I don't know. It feels like what's the name? Kael,
KL KL
whatever. Just
four.
call him Kael.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it looks like Kael is at an advantage because he's bringing a lot of pressure. And what's his Clef doing? Is it going to like belly drum or something? Oh wow, we have Crow King,
Crow King.
which
Oh
for those
boy.
for those who don't know, um, Crow Coon is the name of a Suicune set made very famous by a player named Tromac. Rest, sleep, talk, surf. And then the prefix Pro gets thrown on everything that's boosting move, rest talk, mono attack, stab. So this is indeed a Crow King. And what's funny is that Shadow Ball dropping Spadef in this gen means that, even though he gets there, it makes no difference in terms of taking these physical Shadow
Shadow
Balls.
Ball is physical. Yeah,
So the only thing Vileman can really do here is, well, with the Clef one-on-one, any one crit will ruin it. So he's got a lot of time to go for that crit. But of
right.
course now he's got, okay, so I don't know if this is HP Ghost or something.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
with the
That's
crow.
nasty. Okay, so Sleep Talk Luck is involved there too, of course.
Crow
So
King goes
that's
down.
rough because yeah, what's rough is that the slow without the crit, then Slowking at least would have broken the sub. So then Ninetales would have come in and revenge killed it safely. but now you have Ninetales being taken out as well. So Vileman definitely back in this one. It's all about making up the lost mileage. You know,
Hmm.
once the things are revealed, this isn't even a Ranbat specific thing. Obviously, it's more volatile because you don't know what you're facing, what you're getting into. But once the chips are revealed, then you know that. Like, look at how Kael preserved the Delibird, which clearly threatens everything with Aerial Ace.
Right. Oh, the final Pokemon's a
And
Groudon.
okay,
Yes, okay.
never mind. Well, Heilman did a very good job of preserving. See, this is what I mean. Like he was behind for a long time, but now 40%. My God, yeah, he was behind for a long time, and now he's got to like hope he lives EQ and explode and can explode on it. But he was behind for so long. But he's like, yeah, but I've got a Groudon in the back. So when Groudon comes out, it's better to have it in this late game where it is going to overwhelm everything, as opposed to potentially letting it. Also, looks like it's a speed tie because the golem goes first twice on the EQ, so lots of variance involved. But yeah, when you bring in the big gun late game like this, then you just kind of outstat everything, as opposed to potentially letting it go to waste early on. Ooh,
Ooh,
that's a big crit.
wow.
That's a really big crit, actually. Is this?
Oh,
Oh, it
Kiki
lives.
with
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
the level 69
Well,
Groudon is
Fable,
awesome.
Fable all doesn't even have magic guard. So Fable always gets it done. So the Sunny Surf is going to bring this thing down. Wow, that's a great start.
All right, that's game one going to Vileman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Vileman was hoping, was messaging me saying, you know, I hope you tell everyone how great I am. So, you know, yeah, I guess if you get a ground on, then you know anyone can win. But I'm just joshing. He could play that very well.
Absolute cinema. Oh, okay, how do we see the second room? Oh, there is the second room. All right, so we got getting right into the second game. We have Sunflora against a Minen. Oh shoot.
I I do not know what Sunflora is going to do.
Um, maybe it'll.
Sunny Day Solar Bomb,
Yeah,
I
Sunny Day
guess.
Solar Beam itself. Yeah,
That's chlorophyll, right?
I believe. Yes, it does.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it shows you that the moves it can possibly run.
Yeah, there's like a widget
Wow.
for it. It's quite.
Oh,
It's
very
quite
cool.
good.
I didn't used to have that back in my day. And I'm showing my age.
The kiddies don't know. These kids don't know
Yeah,
how good they have it.
they don't know. They can experience every possible set firsthand. That makes it almost too easy. My God. All right, well, lead sheet is good, but you know, toxic is permanent, barring heal bell in the back. All right. I think Minot wants to get out of here now because, yeah, it's going to bring the Sunflower down, but it doesn't want to take more damage itself.
Bro,
Oh, Lydian.
Ledian.
Yeah.
I've literally never seen this thing in battle ever.
It, I don't know how it works with team balancing. Like, I don't know if having a Lydian on your team makes it likelier that you have Mewtwo later or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know
Um,
either.
I don't think so because like Vileman's first team wasn't exactly, you know, junk, and he had a Groudon. So I think it. But then again, you know, I'm not an expert on this. Um, I don't know what the sub is for. Yeah, catching over prediction. That was unnecessary. Yeah. That-
Apparently, it is completely
I
random
get that
according to
he.
chat.
Okay. I get the idea to try and you know, to try and catch some sort of switch, but like when it's posing such a threat with the SD BP, you can't give it the sub too. I don't know how much of a difference it was going to make, given that Cordelia is the receiver, so it's not exactly scared either way. I guess you know it's more lucky that it's not something scarier than Cordelia. And you know, with Mighty Anna in the back, I guess he has some leeway in being able to intimidate at least one of the boosts off. And plus one Cordelia, I mean, +6 Credilli is something that's been dealt with in OU before during the belly drum pass days.
Hmm.
So, +2 is completely whatever. So, +1 is basically, still barely even a threat. Yeah, so the SD. Oh, there is a heel
I
bell.
didn't even know
Nice.
Mighty Ina got heel bell.
Truth be told, I didn't either. Um, it feels like the kind of move that would receive like later in the gen, not Gen 3,
Yeah.
Like once the hard move tutors or whatever. Like if you told me Mighty to learn Seal Bell, I'd be like, oh, he got that like later, right? Not actually in Gen 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. But but this is the beauty of Randbats, Heel Bell Mightyena actually wound up doing something very important.
Yeah, and going back to
Oh,
what you said earlier
that
about this is good for training your game sense. Like you wouldn't. Okay, I don't know what OU game would bring Mighty Ina at all, but you never know, right? Just in case, when like now you're ready
yeah.
because that's a thing.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be about like literally the Mighty Enna part, but just like more about trying to figure out how to use. Like if you can figure out how to win with Mighty Enna, you can figure out how to win with anything.
Yeah.
And you might even you might even see a strategy from trying to win with Mighty Enna, and then you go, oh hey, I actually want to try that myself. Or in some way, like I'm not saying use Mighty Enna, I'm saying recreate Mighty Enna in a more viable guise.
Yeah, like a better heel beller.
Exactly, exactly. But heel belt and intimidate. I don't think anything else gets that,
True.
unless I'm very, very wrong.
I can't think of.
But that, yeah,
Yeah.
I think more realistically in Gen 3 would be like, wouldn't it be so sick if I had like defensive intimidate Salamence and a heel beller? Which, to be clear, is not something that you see very often. And it would be great if you had both of those on the same team. So, that's just some kind of an abstract idea of where it might go. Also, I'm about to get off the subway. So
Awesome.
look at XCloud putting in, okay, well, I would say put it in work, but a super effective crit EQ failed to KO Torkoal. So,
Yeah. I see Torkoal and Sun
I mean, I know,
Flora on this team, and I forget that Torkoal doesn't get Sun until later.
I know that, dude, like giving like Pelipper Drizzle and like Pelipper and Politoed Drizzle and like Torkoal and Ninetales Drought in Gen 3 would be so psychotic.
Yeah.
I'm really glad they held off on that.
Sub Punch Polyrath. Ledian without Iron Fist hidden ability. Not that it would. Well, actually, it would help in this context, but not. Actually, I don't know what fist moves it actually gets. I take that back. Comet Punch. Drain Punch not a thing yet. Hydro Pump's gonna. Okay, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that thing had an attacking move. I think it just had to pray. Like the most it could have done without that Hydro crit would be, sub and pray for a miss, and then you try and BP the sub to something else. But this yeah, this doesn't look very good. I don't know how much could have been done about this thing once it got going. Doesn't even break the sub. My God.
Wow.
Yeah. Polyrath's kind of a beast, yeah.
Oh, Final Pokemon's
Oh,
Aggron.
yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, and this is why we have extra games because talk about RNG variants. I mean, sometimes you're just gonna have a team that gets completely rocked by Poliwrath.
Dang. Okay, what is this? Maybe Kingdra has like
Even if it has like HP
freeze.
grass or something, like I think he's too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's not much that can be done here.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just get a team that's completely walled by Poliwrath.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a ball game.
The only attacking move Ledian has is Silver Wit. Oh, there you go. Good. Probably to
Yeah.
fish for the
I,
Omni
mean,
boost.
I think. Yeah, I think even if he had silver wins, then he would have gone for it. Because you can't you have to do something to damage the sub. Like if he damages the sub with silver winds, then he probably breaks it with Credilli EQ, and then he can attack it with Aggron. So that would have been a game changer. So I don't think he had it.
Okay, this is a forfeit, or not a forfeit, but yeah. All right, game 3.
I hope we see two Kyogres at the lead.
Same.
Okay, that's not quite what I was hoping for.
Yeah, I want to see some chaos.
I, I wish the movesets were more unhinged and ran bats more often.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure what that means in practice, but there's got to be a way for it to surprise. But Yanma, I have seen an advanced OU game one with Yanma before, but it wasn't under very nice circumstances. It was, a guy trying to embarrass another guy.
of course.
So he he took a standard advanced team, and where the Aerodactyl was, he put a Yanma, and then he played the entire game without the Yanma, and then
Oh,
he was gonna win anyway. He was gonna win anyway, and then he just sent to the last KO. Yeah.
wait, wait.
Wob though,
Random Wobbuffet has got to be like, that's got to be like toxic,
that's
right?
ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Dude,
oh,
game three of a tournament, and oh, never mind. Okay, he's fine.
okay. Well, he's fine. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You encore there because obviously you have to see if it's going to fire blast or EQ, so you know if you want to counter coat, which of counter coat you're going to use. I mean, the other way that cameras would have gotten around that is just explode. It's like, well, you're going to take me out anyway, so I'm going to take you down with boom.
yeah. Yeah. What were you gonna say about the game three situation?
Yeah, like getting into a game three tournament Randbat situation, and like you see a wob, I would be cheesed.
Yeah.
Was there really nothing on that team that can switch into toxic? Huh. See, but this is what I mean by game sense. Like, if your opponent has something to switch into toxic, it would have come in there. So
Right.
now, like, it's very difficult to predict what they're going to have, of course. But hey, there's not a poison type and there's not a steel type.
Exactly.
Or, if there is a poison or steel type, then my opponent is the kind of player who just lets their Rhydon get toxic. And I'll take that into account when making my decisions later as well.
Mm-hmm. Big think. Oh.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Like, Blossom is the obvious switch, but it's. I mean, the thing is, like, if the Rhydon runs away and the Blossom has Synthesis, he's fine. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he took a little bit of damage. I think he'll heal up to pretty much full after lefties. But yeah, I guess the Wob is the bigger threat. But actually, no, it's not really because the Blossom, I assume, is just going to Leech Seed or something, or that. So yeah, now he's anchored in the Stun Sport, and what? Like, Rhydon's going to come back in?
Yeah.
Like, okay, yes, kind of, but because Encore lasts really long in Gen 3. So he's got to switch to something else. And that's a great prediction with Earthquake, but it's not quite enough. Like, Rhydon's too low level to really be damaging these walls the same way it would if they were on equal footing, I think.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got a prankster less Sableye on the field. Oh, it goes first anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna be using Keen Eye to make sure it can't miss recover. Secret Gen 3 mechanic. Hmm. I mean, this is all well and good as an attempt to try and play around the walling that Kael is facing. But I think in practice, all that's really happening is that Rhydon and Wob are both getting worn down. Never mind, I take it back. Since Ralphra gets chucked out there. I mean, okay, so I'm going to have to take that one back. That was maybe not. I don't know. I think Rhydon should have kept spamming recover, honestly.
Yeah.
That's a big crit, though. That's nasty. He can't use it again, but Wob is really running out of time. But then again, if he gets more mileage out of this Rhydon, he doesn't have to do it a million times. Plus, he's still got half the team left.
Oh, another crit.
Ooh, that's got to be rough. To have that Mega Horn pulled out to such success, and then to get double crit. Magical Leaf does have a high crit rate if I remember right, but still, that's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. I think Sableye should have. I mean, it gets a heal up here, just by the skin of its teeth into that Fire Blast. But I think it should have just kept spamming recover into the Rhydon, because if I remember right, I think that was a waste of a toxic. I think you had to, just spam recover into the Rhydon because it's getting worn down. And if Wob comes in, who cares? You just, keep doing this song and this. And Blossom was still healthy. So if you just keep spamming healing with whichever of Blossom and Sableye are facing the Rhydon, then it will eventually get worn down. So will Wob. But all you have to do is just keep it healthy, and by switching Sableye out of the recovering Rhydon,
Right.
then you've opened up that opportunity.
All right, we see a seismic toss. See another seismic toss. It's probably gonna take like a. Oh, that
Mm.
that sucks.
Okay, well that was a deserved bit of
Yeah.
return luck taking the Sableye out.
Crit for a crit, I suppose.
Technically, a crit for 2 crits, but
Crit for two. Oh, right,
um,
right. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, it's also a crit from a not fully accurate attack, so it's even lower than your usual crit. The timer showing up? Okay, there it is. I'm very conscious of timer. I'm very paranoid. All right, so camera up is now in, and what's switching it? I mean, this just gets Wigglytuff just gets toxic. So I think it's Vile's looking pretty far ahead. Yeah, the good news is that Camerupt is a pretty good Pokemon to get in a Randbat situation because when you face junk, then something like Camerupt becomes beastly by comparison.
Right.
So it was by switching between Velocity and Sableye and trying to minimize damage on the big pieces on his big defensive pieces. Then he might lose something like Sableye, but odds are something like Camerupt is going to be more valuable.
The paralysis is rough.
I mean, there's a para, but down goes Wigglytuff. But then again, we also don't know what both players have in the back. So, and unlike say an advanced OU game, there's no way to predict it.
There's no way to predict it based on the team style. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like he had a Wobbuffet, therefore he will have Pikachu.
Yeah.
Also, it's better with the sound in the background because I just got off the bus where for some reason there was a German youth soccer team. So one of them stepped on me.
One of them stepped on.
But fortunately, not on purpose. Just the bus jerked and.
Okay.
But yeah, well, E-Buzz, that's a fast, hard-hitting attacker, so not a bad thing to have. The thing is, it's also frail, so I guess it's a hard-hitting attacker, but does it hit hard enough for yeah. Okay, well, Ditto's like the worst thing you could possibly get in Randbat.
I was gonna say I would have been scared of that, and then I forgot it doesn't have imposter yet.
Yeah. I mean, you can take the sub. Not even a sub is not really going to do anything for it.
What item does this get? Oh, transform.
The Tiebreaker? Maybe? Yeah. For E-Buzz, I mean, I think Ditto just has silver powder or whatever it is. The thing that boosts his defense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Like, when you catch it, it comes with it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you can do that in this game.
Okay, well, the Ditto is lefty, so that's good, I guess. But getting paralyzed by what is effectively your own E-Buzz. Well, why did he hidden power the sub? Did he think that it was going to trigger static? He must have.
Oh, wow. So even if Ice Punch is a special move, it's still a contact move. So it triggers static. Alright, finally get some. We RNG'd ourselves into some more appropriate music. Another sub. Ice Punch. take this time to adjust the window. Blossom switches in. I think Kevin's probably getting off the bus and into his computer right now.
Sorry for the delay. Whenever I get into my building and get in the elevator, the internet cuts out. Um, I was going to say it's funny how Vile gets his e-buzz paralyzed from what is effectively his own
His own
e-buzz's
e-buzz.
static. Yeah. And it turns out the e-buzz does in fact have pitaya berry. I think that's taken from the standard of the sub-pitaya electric in advanced UU, which is generally seen in things like Manectric more commonly or Electrum. But this Ditto, okay, I guess I have to take back what I said about the Ditto not being that useful because it's turns out Kael is really using Vile's own E-Buzz against him. But it feels like the static, which is weird because not only did the static, I guess the static did kind of change things, but what was weird was when he hidden powered Vile's E-Buzz and didn't break the sub. And I think he was afraid of, oh, that's a rough stun miss. That's really bad. I don't know why he's ice
Oh
punching the.
my!
Oh, that's terrible. Why was that? Is he just trying to pair? Um, I don't know. I feel like you gotta. What is he predicting? Am I missing something? I mean, he gets the para off on the Ditto now, so he's pretty much fine. But like, did he run out of ice punch? Oh no, he ran out of ice punch PP. I'm stupid because Ditto only gets 5 PP of every move.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, that's why. I was gonna say like, there's no way he ran out of 24 ice punches already, but yeah, that's what happened. So now Blossom is sitting pretty,
Oh my
but of
gosh!
course he did basically take Electro out of commission. Like now Rhydon outspeeds it, for example, and the fact that Blossom is paralyzed as well with that lucky T-Bolt para. That's really lucky actually. Means that Rhydon can Mega Horn it first, and so that's also an ugly turn of the matchup dynamic.
Oh, he gets two e buzzes.
Oh my god. Okay. Well.
Oh my god!
All right. So now he has to deal with the ice punch. That's right. Oh, that's a game. That's a big one. That is a yeah.
Oh,
Same
and the
set.
free sub,
Oh, that's. This is why paralysis is broken.
dude. I'm surprised Velocid's tanking these so well.
I mean,
But yeah.
Blossom is kind of a beast. It feels like it's doing less than the Ditto. Was the Ditto higher level?
Oh,
It
good
must have
question.
been. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
level 82. I can't see the
Di-
level in here, but it must be. Yeah.
I assume, yeah, because Blossom is taking these way more efficiently than yeah. The problem is that he only has so many moonlights, and eventually Electabuzz is going to get into Pitaya range. If that magical leaf crit, he was in trouble. But yeah, now he's got a +1 E buzz.
Absol
Absol can take a T. Oh, it doesn't have to take a T Bolt. Quick attacks. I was gonna
Absol
say no sucker punch here.
against the Yanma though.
True, but I think is that banned Absol? Will it not be able to just hidden power ground right on or something? Because
Uh,
this is Gen 3, so it's not gonna have superpowers.
right.
I mean, I think it can. Actually, no, Absol's frail. I doubt it takes like a banded. I don't even know if they would give a banned Yanma though. That would be something. Banned HP bug.
Yeah,
I think it's probably likely they gave it Silver Wind though.
that would be something more unhinged that you spoke of.
This would be a great finish. Oh yeah, look, Sub Lychee. So effectively choice banned. And it's going to outspeed everything too. Well, he doesn't. No, you can't go down to Sub Lychee freely because this Absol has quick attack.
All right, there it is.
Oh, it's reversal. Yeah. It's reversal Lychee, right? Yeah, but I mean the Absol has. Oh, it's choice banned, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what a finish.
Yes, Yanma gets speed boost in Gen 3. Uh,
Okay, so I don't know if unhinged is maybe the right word, but it definitely is quite a trip to see Yanma sub down to 1 HP plus one reversal and win.
yeah, I don't think I've ever would have
What?
predicted that to happen. I've never seen that in my life. RNG was merciless GG's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was a pretty RNG heavy set, but that was also very exciting to watch. Um,
that was great. So now we have two other sets, right? Or no,
yes,
it's one other set, and then the winners of the two sets that have been played.
yeah, we have the other winner semis and then finals. I don't know if we're doing the tie. Well, we'll probably do the tiebreaker as well. So
Mm.
all right, we're getting into our other match, which is ChaosJeff versus the Carkol Rider. Oh, cast form.
Please let me. Is there a Kyogre involved? Because that would
That
be
would be amazing. I
delightful.
want to see that. Um,
Another Electabuzz. Okay. Pokemon of the day.
I forgot about cast form existing until MMJ, the PokeTuber, reacted to our cast form video, and he actually didn't know about the acid rain glitch, and he was like, his mind was like blown when he saw that.
That is. I wish we played with Acid Rain. It would be. I've played with Acid Rain before on like the actual cards, and it is really wild. I mean, it's
Yeah,
obviously the most unhinged, unbalanced thing ever, but it's so fun.
yeah. Just turn off your DS. Oh, back in the cart days. See these these kids don't know. They don't know how good they have it. You have
It
to wait for the HP bars to go down really slowly.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just had more patience back then. We didn't even think of it as slow. The only slow one is Blissey, but if the HP bar goes down slowly, you get a KO'd Blissey. So who's complaining?
True. Yeah, we had more
All
time
right, well,
back
there's
then.
another paralyzed Electabuzz, and my God.
We've seen four
Well, Wiggly.
Electabuzzes within the span of 10 minutes.
Ooh, no, that was a very passive protect. No, because like I get the idea, but like Electabuzz is probably not staying in to try and slug it out. You got to get at least that wish up. Like imagine if you get to pass the wish to this Quillfish. Well, okay, on the bright side, the Machamp gets poison. On the not so bright side, you just gave it guts. So if it has Earthquake, it's definitely getting KO'd. Although, depending on the Quillfish set, it might have been led to do that anyway. Okay, I was gonna say, is Quillfish gonna spike? But Hydro was fine. It might just be a Swift Swim.
Oh,
Oh, it's
oh,
gonna,
it just.
yeah. It's self-destructs in this gen because it doesn't get Explosion until Gen 4. Oh my God. We're gonna see Cacturn. Well, I mean, you got spikes. Cacturn is or Cast Form is putting in actual work.
Mhm.
Something else I did. So first Yanma, now Cast Form. Even why is Armaldo taking so much damage from neutral Fire Blast?
Cast
Why is
form.
this Cast Form such a beast?
Cast form putting in work.
Okay, that
Oh,
T-Bolt did nothing. Okay, maybe Cast Form's not that much of a beast.
is it Sunny
Yep,
cast
preserve the
form?
Cast Form, of
Oh,
course.
a meta chat. Okay, that's.
Dude, paralysis support for Metachamp? Are you kidding me? This is some synergy. Oh my,
Oh,
yeah, okay. This could get a.
this could
Well,
get
I don't know about
ugly.
Rock Slide. It's Banded Armaldo. That's why.
Wait, does Armaldo get? I was gonna say, where's
No,
the X scissor? Oh, hidden power buck. I see.
yeah, X's is not till Gen 4.
Yeah,
Fun fact for those who don't know, Armaldo is actually not bad in Gen 3 OU. It has some cool things it can do.
yeah.
Mostly because it has knockoff and cool stats.
That's why
Trimeco surviving that is intense. I mean, it's not like it KO'd back, but jeez. Plus one Shadow Ball from Metachan. Yeah, getting a bulk up Metachan
is this
feels almost unfair.
is
Like
this
I think
Dutch
you
Machamp?
bulk up again. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's guts. Yeah, recover. Oh my God. I didn't expect recover, so I was gonna say just bulk up again and okay, I don't know about this. This is asking for trouble. Yeah, if you start fishing or bulking up and recovering in the face of high crit rate move, then I think you really deserve some. Okay, well that wasn't too bad. Just got another bulk up and then recovered off. But I think like
Oh,
this is what I mean by game sense. Like if the opponent's answer um to your +1 Metacham is Machamp, they're not good into Metacham. So you don't need to like the first recover is one thing, but you don't need the extra bulk ups to handle whatever they have in the back.
hmm.
Because if they had something that can handle, Metacham as it were at +1, they would have sent it in already. So I think the extra bulking up and recovering and risking, guts, cross chop, crit, and doing something really stupid was unnecessary. So this is what I mean by like the kind of game sense lessons. Like you don't know what they have, you can't really figure it out. But like if Machamp is coming in this
Oh my god.
situation, yeah. What do we have here?
Look, Deoxys
Charizard
versus Charizard.
DOD. Oh my God. Okay, well, I wonder what the Charizard set is. Maybe it's Belly Drum. Maybe it's a sub Sunny Day Pitaya, which is awesome.
It could be either of those sub select, sub Pataya, and choice band, apparently.
Choice Band. Yeah, I hope it's Choice Band Charizard. What would he even run? Well, it looks like it's something. Well, the spike, okay, but are we about to see Drumzard?
Oh, there's your
Yeah,
Drumzard right there.
Drumzard. Yeah. Okay, well at least it doesn't get the boost and the stuff for free. But here's the thing, there's no way this KOs DOD.
Yeah,
Like what does it have? Like EQ's not gonna get the job done. Is it gonna have Hyper Beam?
HP flying.
Oh yeah, the true HP, but even that doesn't feel like it's gonna
Yeah,
yeah, it's not gonna
80%.
KO DOD.
All right.
It's nothing. Yeah, I mean HP flying, stab HP flying is what is it, 105 base power? So like that's barely more than Earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I'll stab Earthquake, obviously. Yeah, it's funnily enough, that's why in advanced OU, if you have like a CB Salamence or Arrow with the HP flying, then early game you can Earthquake
Mm-hmm.
because you hit flying resists like Metagross and Jirachi, and or even T-Tar that are trying to absorb the HP flying. And if they switch into water like Swampert or Suicune, then you're only hitting it for 5 base power less than you would have with hitting Power Flying. So anyway, dude, having Deoxys Defense and
Dog
Dugtrio
Trio
in
on the
Randbats
same
is
team.
so unbelievably unfair. I don't even care that a Breloom is coming in now. You have
Yeah,
Spikes and Dugtrio
which
in
is
advance in Randbats. That's nuts.
yeah. This is the same feeling I get when I get Miraidon and Regieleki on the same Ranbat team.
Dude, they have to have some sort of form of checks and balances, Like you're never gonna get a full Ubers team, but there's just some two Pokemon combinations that may as well be that.
Shuckle. Poison.
Okay, well, dude, Houndoom and Nidoking. This is like the best advanced Ranbats team ever.
Yeah.
Everything here is awesome. It's like what's crazy is that it's even or it's probably early bird Houndoom, and that's why it was chosen
To
to absorb the spore. Yeah, I don't know why that. And then Calm Mind, I think, was maybe Jeff thought Sludge Bomb was a special move, so he thought he could survive the next one. But you just gotta break this up.
yeah.
I think either way.
All right. The
I
allegations
mean,
are.
there's Pitaya. Oh my god. Well, Pitaya just another pinch boost berry fire starter on this team. Shame there's no Blaziken, but where's he gonna get? Dugtrio is just
Yeah.
oh, this team's busted.
go through 2 Pokemon. Quick, Terra to change type. Oh wow, that was great. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
That's one bulky Breland, my God. Actually, I think if I remember, then every Pokemon has like 85 EVs in each set. I think that's how it's balanced out.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think anyway.
Wait, what? Does Shaco even have anything else it can do? Like, let's see. Encore Toxic Rest.
No.
Like, oh, we can just skip to the end. Yeah. All right, next. Game 3. From we didn't even get to see the last 2 months of possibly
Yeah, that was.
the
Yeah, I don't
greatest.
care if those last two Pokemon were Squirtle and Bulbasaur. That was a broken team.
Quagsire Tropius. There's our channel favorite right there. It's actually not Aegislash. Everyone loves Quagsire. Oh, and a Skarmory?
Oh boy. Well, as long as there's not a Magneton having.
A T-Tar?
Okay.
Quack
So,
T-Tar?
well, I guess we're just playing Advanced OU at this point.
Yeah. With guest star Tropius.
Uh, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, finally, Sand is here. Now it really feels like Gen 3. Oh, Charmy has. Okay, well, you can't give T-Tar free DD like that. Come on. I know you're going to whirlwind it out now, but jeez. Oh, come on. No, you can't DD like that. You gotta.
Aerodactyl?
And Arrow. Okay, you've got the double rock core that defines advance. And well, I mean, throwing it away into toxic like that is unfortunately not the way. Yeah, that broken Skarmory is just going to wall everything. But imagine if T-Tar hit it with a +1 Rock Slide and then Arrow got dragged in. Then you're cooking.
Oh, Marowak.
Okay, Marowak and Quagsire. Some offbeat. What is this, GSC? That's an inside joke for those who know GSC because Marowak and Quagsire are both good choices. Anyway, I don't know what possessed Jeff to switch T-Tar into Marowak, which uses EQ against a Quagsire, which maybe he thought that he would switch because Marowak is afraid of Quag's water stat or something. But Quag's pretty weak, so Boomerang, not even EQ, nice. So, but I mean, I was gonna say Aerodactyl doesn't come close to KOing Marowak, but then again, you have Scar with this is gonna get ugly, yeah.
Toxic
And the
Mist.
Cheetar might be low. Yeah, I think it's Lomtar though. Yeah, standard DD without lefty. Okay, DD Fire Blast is not standard at all.
If you want.
So I don't know who made this set. I don't know what that protect was for. That just risks giving him a DD.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he DD'd right here, he's the go.
That would have been crazy. He's just toxic it again. Don't you've burned the lung. Scarm has gotten a spike down. You toxic the T-Tar and the arrow, you are fine. Probably depending on the last. But yeah, this is what I mean by the 85 investment
Claydol.
because Scarm Claydol on the same team. Are you kidding? So he completely walls this DD Tar because it's not going to have HP Bug. But that's what I mean by the 85 EVs and everything. Because Skarmory naturally will not outspeed a DD Tar because DD Tar is max speed and Skarm has like none or very little. But Skarm has a naturally higher base speed than T-Tar, so it's not going to be as simple as or rather, it is going to be as simple as Skarm has a higher base speed, therefore it's faster. Because also, the level thing, obviously. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you give up free DDs if you're just going to wall it with Claydol anyway, and Fire Blast isn't related to the attack boost. So yeah, Skarm is being broken. Skarm is paired with one of his best friends, Claydol, because the Skarm and Claydol are a great pairing, not just because you have two Spike and Sand immune Pokemon that have both Spikes and Rapid Spin, all of that is insane, but also because together they resist every physical attack in the game. Because remember, in Gen 3, then whether an attack is physical or special is based on its type. Not, so Fire Punch is always special.
Special.
Fire Punch is special because it's a fire move, as opposed to Fire Blast is special and Fire Punch is physical in Gen 4 and later. So yeah, every physical type is resisted by between Storm and Claydol. Storm resists almost all of them, and then Claydol resists Rock and Fighting. I think that's it. Yeah. Ooh, well, Tropius is. That was a nice prediction from Jeff. Rock sliding. I think he was aiming for the Storm more than the Claydol.
Tropius
Now
is
I don't
just
know
happy
if
to be
that.
there.
Yeah. It might be banned in Pinsir, I guess. If because yeah, why else would you
So we're
not
checking.
just HP bug the Claydol that you came into attack?
Right. Oh.
I'm not sure about that
Yeah,
sequence
I
of
don't know if
moves
I agree
though,
with that.
because I think he was trying to catch a T-Tar double switch.
Man, what hidden power is that?
There's no way that's no, that can't be banded. I refuse to believe banned HP bug would do that little to Tropius, unless I'm completely underestimating Tropius's bulk. But yeah, I don't know. That feels a little nuts.
A 15 level difference. Oh, between Tropius and Pinsir. 81 versus
Okay, that
85. 14.
I always overlook the level.
Yeah, yeah.
It's I just kind of assume everything's the same.
Big think.
Is the timer on in this game?
Uh, Good question. I don't think we've actually seen it come up.
It, oh yeah, yeah. It should be.
Oh,
I think
did
he's
it?
having internet issues. Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right. Well,
Are we doing like like if he doesn't come back in 5 minutes, is that the loss?
um, I'm not sure. Well, what's typically the
Well,
what predictions do we do?
in a serious like smoking tournament, if your internet is so bad that you just DC for 5 whole minutes during the game, then you lose. But I don't know if that's how seriously we're taking things here.
Um, I don't know. Chat. What do you think? We just cry. We're gonna do the 5 minute rule. All right. That's unfortunate. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, it's fine. It's rare that someone really DCs for like 5+ minutes. It happened this year in the biggest smoking tournament of the year, and like it's the first time I've seen someone like DC during a game and then not come back. You
Hmm.
know, it was a really exceptional circumstance. Now, as for DCing and reconnecting, that's something else.
Yeah. Well, on a showdown, just go. I don't know, go outside or something, and then with your phone or
Yeah, like
the
it's
Wi-Fi
become so much
spotty.
rarer now in the age of everyone having a hotspot on their phone or just a phone in general. Because back in the day, it was like if your computer or your internet at home isn't working, then there was this saying among Brazilian players with poor internet. Then like they would DC a lot, and they would always make this joke like, "Oh, what happened with your internet?" And they would say, "Oh, it rained in Brazil."
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
okay, so yeah, he's got almost his entire timer back, so he's fine.
All right, we good? We not good? All right, we're good. Get the second spike.
This is such an ugly position to be in because the Scarves protect so freely and Arrow loses health and
Yeah.
ugh. It's not just getting a Scarm too, it's getting a Scarm into a team that is so unable to hit, especially alongside Claymore.
Something
Like
tells me Claydol's not
Hitmonchan,
going down to like a yeah. Oh, I was expecting like a
I
psychic.
mean, yeah, I mean Hitmonchan has good stats, so even a Psychic wouldn't necessarily do the trick. But yeah, like even Hitmonchan can threaten it, but it's not like a good threat. It's like a Skarm into a team of physical attackers.
Yeah.
If you get Skarm, like Charizard, Zapdos, stuff, then who cares? But yeah, there's Tropius, the delegated Death Fire.
It gets the job done.
Tropius actually kind of putting work this game. It protected its more important teammates from crucial damage.
What more could you ask for? Sky uppercut. Interesting. Kyogre would be big hair. True.
Dude, seeing everything get like toxic protection, all this.
Protect.
Uh, hey, another Ditto,
You know what also
and
be
even
would be
put this
big
into
hair?
HP Ghost.
Oh, dang.
Dude, seeing Ditto switch into a fighting type and blank HP Ghost is just surreal.
That's experimental cinema right there.
That is experiment. This is like Eraserhead era David Lynch. Oh
Oh,
my God, he did okay. The Ditto just copied a boosted Espeon. Oh my God.
Calm Mind Wars have
Well,
begun.
this is a very unusual Calm Mind War.
Heavy duty boots would be good. Would be big here too. Honestly.
So would Magic Bounce Espeon. I mean, talk about turning the tables on Skarm.
Oh, true.
Now the question is, like, what move do they have to hit each other? Well, because they're not going to have. I think they're just going to psychic each other because the only coverage Espeon has is like HP Fire. I guess Baton Pass is possible, but I don't know if these are actually going to run that. I like how the Ditto is also like equal in the Calm Mind War because it copied the boost on Transform. And yeah, it's hitting harder because of the level difference. So actually, Ditto was crazy advantaged. All Espeon can do is hope to get it into arrow range. I think it'll probably. Oh wow, no
Yeah, it was over.
flinch. So oof, that's rough. Getting Scarm into like even the one special attacker on his team couldn't even hurt Scar. I mean, theoretically with HP Fire, but still.
Yeah. All right. Carkol Rider moves on. Now we have our tiebreaker between Vileman and ChaosJeff.
Oh, for third place, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got your computer yet, by the way, or?
Yeah, I'm I'm pulling everything up. My computer is an ancient piece of junk, so it's I have to mute while it makes these horrible sounds while it's booting up.
Oh, I
And
see.
I'll be on it in a few seconds.
Is it time for third strike? Um, for me, no. I mean, maybe it's time for Marvel. Okay. It is time for our tiebreaker. We got dark on dark action here.
Well, Crawdon is definitely not favored unless it's CBHP fighting or bug or something crazy, which would be funny, but I don't think it's likely. So Packer's just gonna. Mm. Now the question is, does this have spikes or just gonna sub punch right away? I wonder what that sub was for. Maybe to like try and capitalize on a spike, but I don't know. Yeah, now Entei is taking this next focus punch. I mean, wow, that did a lot. I mean, I know Captured is really high leveled.
Yeah,
I guess it's
definitely.
because it's NU, but like it feels weirdly high leveled because like anyone who's played Advanced OU during the times when Captured was legal knows it is a scary Pokemon. So it
Yeah.
feels like way too high level for what it is. And you know, Captured is a million times better than Entei in Advanced. So yeah, for Entei to be at a level disadvantage feels kind of backwards.
Yeah. It does feel kind of backwards. I don't think I totally expected Drizzle to go up there, and it did not.
I know, no, it's even like in Gen 4 NU when a Politoed switches in, I'm like, wait a second, something's wrong here.
Yeah. Oh, Vileplume.
Vileplume is really good in advanced UU, but um, yeah, the question is like, what moves does it have? Because grass types have this issue in advance where the only strong stab they generally have is Solar Beam, which obviously requires Sunny Day or two turns. And HP Grass is like strong, but it's not that strong.
Mm-hmm.
So as you see there, bouncing off the Polytoad. So it makes waters of all sorts very, very, very scary in a lot of situations. And so countering a water type with a water type like this is not not ideal. So Polytoad is looking like a big piece here.
What does Gorbis get? Oh, Gorbis Rain Dance sweeps? I see.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna
Swift
switch
Swim.
in.
No Shell Smash yet.
No Shell Smash, yeah. Slacking.
Oh, big slacking.
We're gonna see a Hyper Beam.
I don't. Not yet.
I
Down the line, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, but here you just spam return. I don't think there's any point not going for return. Shadow Ball is good there because it also hits Gorbis and obviously smacks Lunatone. That was a nice move to sack Vileplume. Effect Spore. I think it has Effect Spore in Gen 3. Or is that just Breloom? But
It
no, yeah, it doesn't get Effect Spore till Gen 4 or 5, I think.
Oh wow.
Or maybe even later. But yeah, so you don't. I think Vile, he's a very experienced player, so maybe he knows those tiers where Vileplume Effect spores everything in sight. He's like, I'm not risking it. Yeah.
Oh.
There's another arrow. Ooh, that's a rough miss. Especially if this winds up having sub instead of being choice band. Because sometimes arrow runs sub leechy.
Let's hope we get to see this one actually do something true. What do we got? Rock slide. A
Mm,
little chunk thing.
that's pretty good damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aqua Jet right now.
Yeah, that's the thing about like this is a physical water type, so Arrow is under no obligation to switch out. You
Yeah.
know, it's not scared of this thing at all. What's it gonna like? Even if it has HP Rock or something, it's not gonna KO.
Its dark stabs also are special as well, right? So
Yeah, yeah. Like even like the most it's gonna do is certain like Surf or whatever. Which I mean, sure, but it's not gonna do enough.
oh, unless it
I was
crits.
so wrong because it
Yeah.
crit.
Wait, what level was
It
Arrow
crit
again?
through yeah, it crit through the 27% chance that it would get flinched. 27, between 30% flinch and 90% accuracy. Yeesh. Yeah, I think it's a fair crit though, given that the arrow did, dodge toxic, which definitely would have put it in range.
Mm-hmm. Right, Fire Dog comes back in.
I mean, if
Nice
it's
prediction.
Subcall Mind, it could do something. Like Lunatone, yeah, it's a rock type and everything, but as you see, it's not taking HP Grass super well, and like it doesn't actually because Soul Rock is generally the Pokemon that uses Rock Slide. Lunatone is more Calm Mind, Baton Pass sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So theoretically, it could sub Calm Mind its way through, but maybe he wants to preserve Entei's health. I mean, it's not half, but ooh, Hypnosis. Yeah, like if he subbed. That would have been. I mean, that's a rough sub to go for, obviously, if you think you're just going to get spammed by psychics. Ooh, that's a big
Oh,
sleep
sleep
talk
talk.
pull. That's big. Oh yeah, surfs are up in this game. But Gorbis is the real threat here.
Absolutely. It needs to go for its
Unless,
rain
ooh,
mask,
now
but
that
yeah.
second sleep talk serve did put it in HP grass range, but Gorbis does have Swift Swim going now, so Entei can't
Oh,
outspeed it.
airlock though.
Rayquaza, really,
Rayquaza.
really.
Yeah.
That last on the other side better be Mewtwo. Yeah, because even if it didn't have airlock, you could just extreme speed.
Yeah.
But
Dang. All right. Let's see it.
wow,
Deoxys attack right now. Let's see.
ooh, that would be
Oh,
good.
Keck staying
That's not
Leon.
quite what we're going for here.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
two
so
legendaries, by the
Kecleon
way.
take on Rayquaza. Sorry.
That's two legendaries, by the way, said chat.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not sure. Kecleon learns maybe you can do something with that.
Okay. It got.
Okay, so we know it's HP fun. It does have Thunder Wave. Hey. Okay, so Kecleon also gets Recover. I assume it will try to recover Sam, or does it not get recovered till Gen 4? You know what the best legendary is? It's Kecleon from the Mystery Dungeon games. When you find its shop in a dungeon and then try to rob it, and then and then it fights you and just completely wipes the floor with you.
Oh, really? That's a thing. That's awesome.
Yeah. Like you know how in the Mystery Dungeon games in the dungeons you can go to the Kecleon store somewhere just to pick up whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you don't pay and you try to leave, then like you have to fight the Kecleon, and it's so ridiculously overpowered.
Oh wow.
Well, Kecleon did not beat Rayquaza, but it did set Cacturne up to beat Rayquaza, and that's. I mean, look how broken is Rayquaza? It lost to the combination of Kecleon and Cacturne.
True. All right. I
It
want to
didn't even have to
see.
focus punch.
I want to see a fat Slack King hyper. Wait, is Capturing faster? No, right? Oh wait, it's different levels though.
Wow, that would.
Wait, is it faster?
Okay, well, the fact that the character actually came out on top against the Entei doesn't actually
Yo,
save the game, unfortunately. All right.
that was game one. Goes to Vileman. I am sad that I did not see Hyper Beam, but it's okay.
Yeah. All right, my computer should be working momentarily.
uh, wait, wasn't that just game one? Don't we play, or do we not do a best of three for tiebreaker?
You would do a best of three in a tiebreaker in a regular situation, so I don't see why you wouldn't here.
Oh, here we go. Here's game two. You got Ballad of Fire types.
Okay, well, obviously I'm rooting for the Blaziken here.
Yeah.
Rapidash is gonna do what, like baton pass something? Like Rapidash doesn't get Calm Mind, but it does get Hypnosis because it's got that whole like psychic element to it. But I don't think it's gonna do anything more.
It says Fire Blast, Substitute, Toxic, and then either Hidden Power, Rock, or Grass.
Oh, I guess it could. Huh. Yeah. Okay. That's something. Okay, so that looks like a banded Blaziken, maybe. If it's doing that much with Rock Slide. So I assume you now have the world's easiest pivot into anything that takes Unstab Rock Slide. Ooh, okay, I guess it's not Rock Slide. I guess Rapidash is just that frail.
40.
It's fun. Interesting how he didn't go for the Fire Blast into the Sableye. I guess it's not something you necessarily want to tangle with, but Sableye's not that bulky, so. Well, you get the hazards, but what's the response going to be after that? That's the big cue here.
There goes the S toss.
If you're gonna switch Blaziken in back into the seismic toss like that, I think you just stay in to begin with. I don't know if that was the most optimal way of going about it. And like, yeah, like, look how much that Fire Blast did. I get the Rock Slide there was definitely trying to catch Rapidash coming in on a Flash Fire, but I don't think that was even considered.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, I'm now at my computer. Hopefully everything's working okay.
you sound great.
Fantastic. Okay, so double Rapidash, huh? Oh, well, that's something you don't see often at all.
A Sand
You
Slash?
don't see, one side gets spikes and then the other gets spin.
Yeah. That's true.
Sand Slash actually looks like kind of a pain. Bobman's got this, like, stall team. He's got, the Ghost type, he's got the Rapid Spin. He was throwing a spiker of his own, and he's not doing bad.
Ooh, the HP Grass.
Ooh, okay, never mind. The Cordelia's... There's another instance of
HP grass on a bulky grass type, except this time it's facing a bulky ground with no special defense to speak of, so it actually leaves quite a sting. The apex of this phenomenon, for those wondering, by the way, is in advance OU, Breloom, since grass moves are special and, Breloom has no special attack stat,
Mhm.
then once Sleep Clause is active and you can't sleep it, then Swampert actually turns out to be a great check to Breloom because, you're not going to focus punch it as it ice beams you and nothing else is going to threaten it. So sometimes people literally run HP Grass Breloom to lure Swampert. It's the most ridiculous thing.
That is
Ooh,
ridiculous.
Swellow. Swellow is gonna sub sub baton pass with Starf Berry or something. That sounds awesome. That's a thing that was really used before, actually.
Oh, Porygon 2 tracing the flash fire though. Oh, there it's got sub toxic. Yeah.
That is a P2 used to get used in DPP because it would trace Intimidate against Gyarados and Salamence and Flash Fire from Heatran and Volts Absorb from Jolteon. In Advance, it doesn't work so well because you trace the Intimidate, but you don't bounce it back at them.
Right.
So running into Fori with P2 is like the worst thing ever. But then again, Sandslash, I guess it depends on what moves the Fori has. I can't imagine Fori really being able to threaten Sandslash too badly.
All right, we see a crit.
Wow, that dropped.
Not sure if that mattered, but the spiker's out of the
Hmm.
way. Sandslash can, well, uh,
Rapidash at least spin blocks here because Sandslash can't keep stay in against it.
right.
And ooh, that's a great sub. That's a great sub, knowing the switch was coming. Beautiful move. Okay, I don't think he noticed the trace flash fire.
Oh, Dilly into return. Toxic damage is stacking up though. Victory Bell. Nice sludge. Oh wait, guts? No. Yes. Wait. Oh, it does have guts. Oh, but it doesn't have orb. It's not a thing yet.
Hey, yeah, it doesn't. If you can get it poisoned, yeah, like some people would run like choice band with guts and like hope that you can switch into a burn or something, and
Hmm.
then you just obliterate them with choice band guts facade. But obviously, that's very, very, very unlikely.
Yeah. All right. Do you think Vileman has Kyogre in the back because we've seen Groudon and Rayquaza?
I hope so. That would be fitting, but hmm.
Okay, for
we
Kangaskhan. All
should-
right. Oh, fake out.
Okay, well, this is looking a lot like a UU game, and Kangaskhan is the best thing in UU, so this is kind of.
True.
But it's gonna eat a Fire Blast. Okay, it's not. But like this scenario, I mean, yeah, that crit helps. But like Kangaskhan, Toxic, and Credilli is like one of the most common things in UU. So this really resembles a UU match.
Yeah.
Oof, oof, oof. Sablei's kind of a pain. My God.
Let's see. What would this? What would it even do to? Oh, Shadow Ball, I guess. belly drum, but then Sableye just encores, or is that not a thing yet? I mean, that's not a thing yet.
Oh, belly drum Alinu? No, it has belly drum.
Right, but encore, like from Sableye, in case it does.
Oh, no, I don't think it... No, I don't think so. The best it's going to do is Toxic. Or... Well, actually, Linoon, I don't think it can KO Sableye at +6.
Even at +6. Yeah, that's all she wrote.
Yeesh. Yeesh.
GG's. Congrats to Vileman on 3rd.
So now we've got our finals match.
Yep. Last match of the day, best of 3. Between Carkol, Ryder, and Kael.
What a username. There used to be an advanced player named Kael, from Brazil actually, but it was just spelled K-E-E-L. K-A-E-L. So that's what it's making me think of.
Maybe this is actually them.
That'd be nuts.
Wow.
Kael's
Turtle
around back in the... Oh yeah, there we go.
That's what
Hey, I mean, a Jinx lead. What is this? RBY Ubers?
Looks like it. Now see in Amnesia. Love your kiss. Yep. Ooh. Glalie, are we just gonna explode? Will we risk that? It learns explosion, right? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just going for the spikes. And the toxic. Alright, we sacked Glalie, but we jinxed, we talked to the jinx. There's our 5th E-Buzz of the day.
Beautiful synergy here.
Alright, we're subbing down to our
Look at that.
Papaya.
You sub-stall down to Papaya while throwing out the Jinx. And you have, obviously you traded your Glalie not just for the Jinx effectively, but for a Spike as well, which is beautiful. Yeah, that's gonna wall you though.
Yeah.
Mm.
With
Nice
Surf
chunk, but...
from the gift event.
Oh yeah.
I think Pikachu has like the most forms. If you count all of its costumes, and it's still like really bad.
It's like 20 plus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more than Arceus and Type Null. Boros, this is really an RBY fest.
Or more, or maybe not most forms, but most gifts for sure. I think. This is an RBY.
We have 2 Spikers in this game. 2 Ice-type Spikers in this game. We have both Ice-type Spikers in this game, actually, because Frostlash doesn't exist yet.
Alright, I want to see a body slam beam. From Tauros.
Slam, beam. That's the way.
Alright, yeah, this is going by very quickly.
Okay, well, we know what this does. Well, lots of Yanma and Electabuzz today.
Yeah.
What is up with that?
It's the bug catching contest today, I guess. Dude, I would like...
But you just love that, yeah. You love that feeling of catching a Scyther and losing to some idiot who got a Weedle.
Exactly, yeah. It's that Scyther so bad. I didn't really know how the points worked in that part. Oh, but it gets the minus.
Yeah, I was going to say, what were those points based on anyway? Because it's not just the most awesome bug.
I have no idea. Maybe someone in the chat knows. Okay. That -1 attack. Oof. Zap.
I'm getting Zapdos.
All right, Shell Smash right now.
Unfair. Oh yeah. Hmm.
All right, game 2. That was very quick. Already have the link. Oh, Lugia.
Yeah, somehow Smeargle is the Pokemon I'm more scared of here.
I agree. Yeah. Smeargle can have.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
it only does one set.
If this like. Oh. Oh. I was gonna say, let's see the Advanced Uber staple, the Choice Band Lugia with Aeroblast.
I would love to see that. I forget Aeroblast is like physical for the first 3 gens. Alright, we see another Pinsir. Oh, unfortunate.
Oh, that's rough. I mean, Pinsir's not really threatening Kangaskhan back, but like the damage would have been appreciated. Well, Fire Blast isn't threatening either, as opposed to the fighting move. But I guess, yeah, expected Lugia to come in. Oh,
Oh!
oh, that's dirty. That's dirty. Toxic on the Endure turn for the end reversal. That's brutal.
Beautifly.
Yeah, that was a really nice move. I assume that move was made specifically because they knew that that end reversal is the thing Blaziken does.
Yeah.
So that was real. That was a really, really, really nice play.
This Kangaskhan is just demolishing everything.
Dude, this is why it's the best in UU. It is a complete and utter beast.
Alright, we're trying to get.
Well, I mean, the spike is nice, but
yeah, I would just
yeah, I think it's gonna be a case of too little, too late. Yeah.
Yeah. What could come back in this situation? Zam? Maybe? We don't even know what the rest of the 4 are. He saw his Lugia. Oh,
yeah,
again.
somehow, like, the fact that there's a Lugia means that, you know, most of your comeback attempts are going to be stifled.
The young Blissey. Yeah,
This one looks like it's going.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this could. Oh, I was gonna say if it's sub punch aggron, then you know, good night. But look, I've seen Blissey win in more ridiculous situations.
True.
I don't know what that second T wave's about, but. There's got to be some sort of point to this. As opposed to just earthquaking. I guess, no, I think the plan is like to keep Blissey at full health so it can't use soft boiled. But I don't really know why you would do that. Unless you just don't want to burn turns earthquaking into soft boiled, I guess. Like, does this aggron really not have anything better to hit Blissey with? Besides, you know, non-stab earthquake? I don't know what kind of set that is.
Oh, wow. That just made pride.
Wow.
All right. GG's. That's our tournament. Congratulations to Kael for winning a whole year of Discord Nitro.
What a final turn.
And that went by extremely quick. I'm very curious to know what the last 2 months are. Oh, my bad. A whole month of Discord Nitro. Well,
I was gonna say,
we'll make it.
I
We'll
was
make
like-
it a year. We'll make it. I will make it happen. We'll make it a year.
I was gonna say I was not expecting Blissey to, because like an attack like that in advance OU would not take Blissey out in one shot. But then I realized this is not competitive Blissey with maxed out defense EVs. This is Blissey with 85 defense EVs, meaning Caterpie tackle is doing 25%.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was also expecting it to have some moves other than attacking moves other than seismic toss, but apparently that's its only attacking move in these Randbat sets.
Yeah. Mm.
All right, I think that's it. Thank you everyone for joining us. Like, this is a first of many community events, and we had a pretty good turnout too. For like, I think it was like a day notice or something. 96 people, not bad. Okay, I think we will sign out. I will catch y'all later.
They're so fun.
Goodbye, everybody.